Microsoft Access is a relational database which is very powerful, and in order to demonstrate that, I'll be doing an example where we have a clients table and also an orders table. So first of all, I'm going to create the orders table. I'm going to go straight to table design, and for each order we need to uniquely identify that record. So we're going to create a field called order ID, and we're going to make sure it has a data type of auto number, which means it will always have a unique number. And we're also going to add a primary key. A primary key is something that uniquely identifies each record in the table. It makes sure there can't be any duplicates. So the next field we're going to have is item, which is the item the person ordered. We're going to have the date. Actually, we can't use the term date because it's a restricted word. Instead, we'll call this date of order. And I'm going to choose date time. And then we'll have amount and choose currency. So, this orders table I'm going to save now. So I'm going to close it down, save the changes, and I'll call it TBL orders. Now I'm going to reopen that, go to design view, and I'm also going to open up the clients table in design view. Now somehow we need to identify, if we have a record in here, which order is related to which client. Now since the clients are identified by the client ID, we also need to have a client ID field over here. So let me type in client ID, tab across. Now the data type needs to be a number field. The reason it has to be a number field is that if we look at the client ID, let's go to table view, you can see that each record is identified by a unique number. Now we can see that if we go to design view, it's an auto number, so it automatically gets assigned a number, but it's still a number. So when we go to the orders table, we need to put number there. Let's close these down, save the changes, and now we need to create the relationship between these two tables. The way you do that is by going to Database Tools up here and click Relationships. We have two tables and we want to add both of them. So click Add and Add. Click Close. Now we can see all the fields in both tables. Now because one client can have many orders, we're going to create what they call a one-to-many relationship between these two tables. And this is how you do it. You go to the primary key of the first table, hold the left mouse button down and drag and drop onto the same field on the orders table and let go. And it's saying we're going to create a relationship here. Without going into detail here, I recommend you enforce referential integrity. Just put a tick in the box and tick these two items. We can cover these at a later date. And click Create. And now you can see we even have a marker here saying one client can have many orders. with the infinity symbol there. So let's close this down, save the changes, and these two tables are now related.